Hello guys and welcome to another video. And today we are going over the Hungary Iceberg. I hope you're hungry. Let's dive in. Viktor Orbán. Viktor Orbán is a Hungarian politician who has served as Prime Minister of Hungary multiple times, most notably since 2010. He leads the Fidesz party and is known for promoting national conservatism, strong state control, and opposition to liberal EU policies. Orbán's government has been praised by supporters for emphasizing sovereignty and stability, and criticized by opponents for weakening democratic institutions and media freedom. John Hunyadi. John Hunyadi was a Hungarian military leader and statesman, famous for defending Central Europe against the Ottoman Empire. He served as regent of Hungary and won major victories, most notably the Battle of Belgrade in 1456, which halted Ottoman expansion for decades. Hunyadi was respected across the region, including in Poland and Transylvania, for his leadership and battlefield skill. Miklos Horthy. Miklos Horthy was a Hungarian naval officer and statesman who served as regent of Hungary from 1920 to 1944. He ruled a kingdom without a king after World War I, leading an authoritarian government focused on revising Hungary's lost territories. During World War II, Hungary allied with Nazi Germany, though Horthy later tried to pull the country out of the war. The Hungarian Revolution of 1956. The Hungarian Revolution of 1956 was a nationwide uprising against Soviet control and communist rule in Hungary. It began in October when students and workers demanded political freedom, free elections, and the withdrawal of Soviet troops. Although the revolution briefly succeeded, the Soviet Union sent in tanks and crushed the uprising in November, killing thousands. Mihai Károlyi. Mihai Károlyi was a Hungarian politician who led the 1918 Aster Revolution and became president of Hungary after World War I. He attempted to establish a democratic republic and pursued pacifist policies, including disarmament. These decisions left Hungary vulnerable, contributing to territorial losses and political instability. Stephen I. Stephen I of Hungary was the first king of Hungary and the founder of the Hungarian state. He converted Hungary to Christianity, establishing churches and a centralized kingdom aligned with Western Europe. Stephen was crowned around the year 1000 with a crown sent by the Pope, symbolizing Hungary's acceptance into Christian Europe. The Aster Revolution. The Aster Revolution took place in October 1918 in Hungary, at the end of World War I. It was a largely bloodless uprising that overthrew the Habsburg-backed government and brought Mihai Károlyi to power. Protesters wore aster flowers as a symbol of the revolution, giving it its name. Louis I. Louis I of Hungary, also known as Louis the Great, was one of Hungary's most powerful medieval kings. He ruled Hungary from 1342 and also became King of Poland in 1370, creating a personal union between the two kingdoms. Louis expanded Hungarian influence through successful military campaigns and strong diplomacy. Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube is a famous 3D puzzle invented in 1974 by Hungarian architect Ernő Rubik. Originally created as a teaching tool to explain spatial movement, it became a global phenomenon in the 1980s. The standard cube has 43 quintillion possible combinations, but only one solved state. Olmos. Olmos was a legendary leader of the Magyars and the father of Arpad, who led the Hungarian conquest of the Carpathian Basin. He is considered the founder of the Arpad dynasty, which ruled Hungary for centuries. Medieval chronicles describe him as both a military leader and a sacred ruler. According to tradition, Olmos was killed before entering the Carpathian Basin as part of a ritual sacrifice. Buda Castle. Buda Castle is a historic palace complex located in Budapest, Hungary, overlooking the Danube River. Originally built in the 13th century, it served as the royal residence for Hungarian kings. The castle has been destroyed and rebuilt several times, reflecting Gothic, Baroque, and modern architectural styles. Ladislaus I. Ladislaus I of Hungary was king of Hungary from 1077 to 1095 and one of the country's most revered rulers. He strengthened royal authority, defended Hungary's borders, and promoted Christianity and law. Ladislaus became a legendary warrior king in Hungarian folklore, often depicted fighting pagan invaders. The Battle of Mohacs. The Battle of Mohacs was fought on August 29, 1526, between the Kingdom of Hungary and the Ottoman Empire. The Hungarian army was decisively defeated by Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, and King Louis II was killed while fleeing the battlefield. This catastrophic loss led to the collapse of medieval Hungary and its division between Ottoman rule, Habsburg control, and Transylvania. The Battle of Lechfeld. The Battle of Lechfeld was fought in 955 near Augsburg in present-day Germany. The forces of King Otto I defeated the Magyar raiders, ending decades of Hungarian incursions into Western Europe. This defeat marked a major turning point, pushing the Magyars to settle permanently in the Carpathian Basin. The Hungarian Revolution of 1848. The Hungarian Revolution of 1848 was part of the wider revolutions of 1848 across Europe. Hungarians demanded independence from the Habsburg Empire, civil rights, and national sovereignty, led by figures like Lajos Kossuth. The revolution initially succeeded, but Austria, backed by Russian intervention, crushed it in 1849. Bela IV of Hungary. Bela IV of Hungary was king of Hungary from 1235 to 1270 and is known as the second founder of the state. After the devastating Mongol invasion of 1241 to 1242, he rebuilt the kingdom by encouraging stone castles, fortified towns, and foreign settlers. Bela strengthened Hungary's defenses and economy, learning from the disaster. The Siege of Szigetvar. The Siege of Szigetvar took place in 1566 during the wars between Hungary and the Ottoman Empire. A small Hungarian-Croatian force led by Nicolas Szubig-Zrinski held the fortress against the much larger army of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. Although Szigetvar eventually fell and Zrinski was killed, the defenders' resistance delayed the Ottoman advance. Charles I. Charles I of Hungary, also known as Charles Robert of Anjou, was king of Hungary from 1308 to 1342. He ended the period of feudal anarchy by defeating powerful oligarchs and restoring strong royal authority. Charles reformed the economy, introducing a stable gold currency and boosting mining and trade. Sigismund of Luxembourg. Sigismund of Luxembourg was king of Hungary and Croatia, king of Bohemia, and later Holy Roman Emperor. He played a major role in European politics, most notably by convening the Council of Constance, which ended the Western Schism in the Catholic Church. Sigismund also fought against the Ottoman Empire, suffering defeat at Nicopolis in 1396. Matthias Church. Matthias Church is a historic Roman Catholic church located in Budapest's Castle district. Built in the 14th century and extensively remodeled in the 19th century, it has been the site of many royal coronations, including that of King Matthias Corvinus, after whom it is named. The church features stunning Gothic and Neo-Gothic architecture and beautiful interior decorations. The Battle of Pressburg. The Battle of Pressburg took place in 907 between the invading Hungarian forces and the army of the East Frankish Kingdom. The Hungarians won a decisive victory, securing their control over the Carpathian Basin. This battle helped establish the foundation for the future Kingdom of Hungary. The Golden Bull of 1222. The Golden Bull of 1222 was a landmark constitutional document issued by King Andrew II of Hungary. It guaranteed rights and privileges to the Hungarian nobility, including limits on royal power and the right to resist unlawful rule. Often compared to England's Magna Carta, it helped shape Hungary's medieval legal system. Andrew II. Andrew II of Hungary was King of Hungary from 1205 to 1235. He is best known for issuing the Golden Bull of 1222, which limited royal authority and guaranteed noble rights. Andrew's reign saw costly military campaigns and large land grants that weakened the crown. The Battle of Mohi. The Battle of Mohi was fought in 1241 between the Kingdom of Hungary and the Mongol Empire. Hungarian forces led by King Bela IV were decisively defeated by the Mongols under Subutai and Batu Khan. The loss led to widespread devastation across Hungary, with towns destroyed and much of the population killed or displaced. Charles IV of Hungary. Charles IV of Hungary made two attempts in 1921 to retake the Hungarian throne after World War I. Although Hungary was officially a kingdom, it was ruled by Regent Miklós Horthy, who refused to restore the Habsburg monarchy. Charles first tried a peaceful return in March, then a second armed attempt in October, which ended in defeat after brief fighting. Under international pressure, he was forced into exile and sent to Madeira, where he soon died. The Austro-Hungarian Compromise of 1867. The Austro-Hungarian Compromise of 1867 created the dual monarchy of Austria-Hungary. It granted Hungary internal self-government while sharing a monarch, foreign policy, military, and finances with Austria. The compromise stabilized the empire after the 1848 revolutions and military defeats, especially against Prussia. László Almásy. László Almásy was a Hungarian explorer, aviator, and soldier, best known for his expeditions in the Sahara Desert during the 1920s and 1930s. He mapped unknown areas and searched for ancient civilizations. Almásy's life inspired the novel and film The English Patient. During World War II, he worked with the German military intelligence in North Africa. Paul Teleki was a Hungarian geographer and politician who served as Prime Minister of Hungary twice, 1920 to 1921 and 1939 to 1941. He is known for his efforts to modernize Hungary and for navigating the country through the turbulent early years of World War II. Teleki tried to keep Hungary neutral, but faced pressure from Nazi Germany. In 1941, overwhelmed by political dilemmas, he died by suicide. Gellért Hill. Gellért Hill is a prominent hill overlooking the Danube River in Budapest, Hungary. Named after Saint Gerard, who was martyred on the hill in the 11th century, it offers panoramic views of the city. The hill features the Citadella Fortress, several statues including the famous Liberty statue, and parks. István Széchenyi. István Széchenyi was a Hungarian statesman, writer, and reformer, often called the Greatest Hungarian. He played a key role in Hungary's 19th century modernization, promoting economic development, infrastructure, and education. Széchenyi supported major projects like the Chain Bridge in Budapest and the regulation of the Danube and Tisza rivers. Lajos Batthyány. Lajos Batthyány was Hungary's first prime minister, serving during the Hungarian Revolution of 1848. He led a constitutional government that sought autonomy from the Habsburg Empire while maintaining legal order. After the revolution was crushed, Batthyány was arrested by Austrian authorities. He was executed in 1849, becoming a martyr of Hungarian independence and reform. The Siege of Eger. The Siege of Eger was a famous defense of the Hungarian fortress of Eger against the Ottoman Empire. A small garrison led by István Dobó, including soldiers, townspeople, and women, successfully held off a vastly larger Ottoman army. Their victory became legendary for its determination and clever defense tactics. Koloman of Hungary. Koloman of Hungary was king of Hungary and Croatia from 1095 to 1116. He was known for his education and legal reforms, strengthening royal authority and administration. Koloman famously issued laws against witch trials, stating that witches do not exist, which was unusually progressive for the Middle Ages. Lejtőbánság. Lejtőbánság was a short-lived, unrecognized state proclaimed in 1921 on the Austria-Hungary border. It was created by Hungarian paramilitary forces to oppose transferring Western Hungarian territories to Austria after World War I. The state existed only for a few weeks and was never internationally recognized. It collapsed after negotiations and a local plebiscite, after which most of Burgenland went to Austria. The Curse of Turan. The Curse of Turan is a Hungarian historical myth, not a proven phenomenon. It's the belief that Hungarians are somehow cursed to suffer repeated national tragedies, political failures, and internal divisions throughout history. The idea became popular after disasters like Mohács, Trianon, and failed revolutions, as people searched for a deeper explanation. Besurmain. The Besurmain were a medieval ethnic and religious group in the Kingdom of Hungary, often identified as Muslim communities living in the region during the 10th to 12th centuries. They were primarily traders and craftsmen, and had a distinct culture and religion compared to the Christian majority. Over time, they were assimilated or converted, and the group disappeared from historical records. Bertalan Farkas. Bertalan Farkasel is a Hungarian astronaut and the first Hungarian to travel to space. In 1980, as part of the Soviet Interkosmos program, he flew aboard the Soyuz 36 mission to the Salyut 6 space station. Farkas conducted scientific experiments and represented Hungary during this historic spaceflight, becoming a national hero and symbol of Hungarian achievements in science and technology. Kurucs. The Kurucs were Hungarian rebels and freedom fighters who opposed Habsburg rule in the late 17th and early 18th centuries. Originating mainly from peasants, soldiers, and nobles unhappy with imperial control, they fought in several uprisings, most notably the Rákóczi War of Independence. Hermann II, Count of Celje. Hermann II, Count of Celje, was a powerful nobleman from the House of Celje, an influential family in medieval Central Europe. He served as a key political figure in the Kingdom of Hungary and the Holy Roman Empire. Through strategic marriages, his family connected to Hungarian and Polish royalty, increasing their influence. Goulash communism. Goulash communism was a unique form of socialism practiced in Hungary from the 1960s to the 1980s. Unlike the strict Soviet-style command economies, Hungary's government under János Kadar allowed some market reforms, limited private enterprise, and a higher standard of living compared to other Eastern Bloc countries. The nickname goulash reflects this mixed, more relaxed system, like the popular Hungarian stew mixing many ingredients. Michael Kovács de Fabrici. Michael Kovács de Fabrici was a Hungarian-born cavalry officer who became a hero of the American Revolutionary War. He is known as one of the founding fathers of the U.S. cavalry, helping train and lead American troops. Kovács volunteered to fight alongside the revolutionaries against the British and died in battle in 1779. Hungarian raiders. In the 10th century, Hungarian, Magyar, raiders carried out long-distance raids across Western Europe, reaching as far as Spain. These fast-moving cavalry forces attacked settlements and monasteries, spreading fear across Christian Europe. The raids were part of a broader pattern of Magyar incursions before they settled permanently in the Carpathian Basin. The Magyarab. The Magyarab people are a small ethnic group living mainly in southern Egypt and northern Sudan. They are believed to be descendants of Hungarian soldiers or travelers who settled in the Nile region centuries ago and later mixed with local Arab populations. The Magyarab speak Arabic today, but preserve traditions and oral history linking them to Hungarian ancestry. Attila Ambrus. Attila Ambrus, nicknamed the Whiskey Robber, is a notorious Hungarian bank robber active in the 1990s. He carried out dozens of robberies while often drinking whiskey beforehand, becoming a bizarre folk anti-hero. Despite heavy police pursuit, he evaded capture for years before being arrested in 1999. The Arrow Cross Party. The Arrow Cross Party was a Hungarian fascist and Nazi-aligned political party that came to power briefly in 1944 during World War II. Led by Ferenc Szalasi, it ruled Hungary after a German-backed coup and carried out mass terror, including the murder and deportation of tens of thousands of Jews and political opponents. Arrow Cross militias were especially notorious for killings along the Danube River in Budapest. Sara Salkaházi. Sara Salkaházi was a Hungarian Catholic nun and martyr who saved Jews during World War II. As a member of the Sisters of Social Service, she hid persecuted people in church-run buildings in Budapest. In 1944, she was arrested by the Arrow Cross Party and murdered for her actions. The Szeged Idea. The Szeged idea was a far-right nationalist ideology that emerged in Szeged, Hungary after World War I. It combined strong anti-communism, authoritarian nationalism, and anti-Semitism, and influenced figures like Miklos Horthy during his rise to power. The idea promoted restoring order through a strong state after the chaos of revolution and the Treaty of Trianon. The Republic of Prekmurje. The Republic of Prekmurje was a short-lived state proclaimed in May 1919 in the Prekmurje region. It was created by local leaders during the chaos after World War I as Austria-Hungary collapsed. The republic lasted only about a week before Yugoslav troops entered and incorporated the region into the kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes. And that was the end of the Hungary Iceberg. Thanks for watching and bye.